Called for 2 strikes. Now he's in his favorite count.
What's up, everybody? I know it's been absolutely forever with weather, with the Canes winning the cup and covering that, and the Braves not really having a ton of days off that I could work in a live watch. Let me share this real quick. Obviously, a struggle right now, and it sucks. The injuries are not at a good time, and obviously, Ronald matters. Even if his numbers aren't where he's used to them. This swoon and slide has coincided with his injury and being the same spot. Hold on. Let me share this real quick. See live. Can't find it. There we go. Obviously, Ronald matters since he's gone out. 6-7, 3 straight series losses when we didn't lose many series at all the first 2 months. Obviously, it depends on when you catch teams, and the White Sox have been amazing at home. We caught them then, and Braden Montgomery was the ultimate villain. The walk-off homer against Raisel Iglesias on the bad changeup kind of sent us into a bit of a tailspin. And obviously, Riley's still struggling. Had a better series against the Giants. Obviously, didn't come through last night. Struck out in the game, but had a 3-hit game. It seems like he may be turning a corner, and we really need that, considering we still don't know what we're doing at shortstop, really, with Dubon having to play more outfield without Ronald Acuna. Mateo gives you a little bit more speed, athleticism, and power, but he had a really good series against Cincinnati, but it's kind of tapered off and trying to figure out Ha-Seong Kim. He's only had 5. I think it tells the tale last night. It was first and second, 2 outs in the 8th. You pinch hit for Ha-Seong Kim, go to Rowdy Tellez, and have Matt Olson play right field. That's where the confidence is with Ha-Seong Kim right now, which is nothing, which really stinks. And I hate it for him as a human. The Braves, and it feels like maybe the writing's on the wall. I know there's 20 million, but if you can't trust in any situation and having Matt play right field, I know we didn't get a ball and it was only a couple outs, but that's not ideal. It is not ideal at all. So that's an issue. And obviously the Spencer Strider injury, he'll be shut down for at least 2 months with elbow inflammation. And I know he wasn't good necessarily, but he was keeping us in the ball games for the most part. And then kind of after leaving early, after giving up 3 homers, including a Bo Bichette grand slam, that put the rotation in flux. And J.R. Ritchie did a nice job piggybacking, gave up 9, but to start, he had a rough start against the Giants in the second inning, 3 homers, I mean, so and too many base runners and too many walks and too many deep counts. So it doesn't look like he's necessarily ready. Um, I know you told me that yesterday, and I agree. But this is a bad stretch, and it feels like we need two starters at least to stabilize. And I don't know where exactly you're gonna get that. Um, and but if Riley's turning a corner, it could really help um, things really nicely. So I'll go with that. Um, but it's the runners in scoring position, runners in scoring position less than 2 outs. That's what got us in the White Sox series a little bit with the Mets. The effectively wild pitchers have gotten us to not taking what the pitcher gives us. We've had a lot of 3-ball counts, 3-0 counts, 3-ball counts that have turned, instead of positive results for the Braves, walks for the pitchers, and then they kind of get back into a rhythm. Even though the Giants' offense has been on a heater lately, so that's not um, all too uncommon. And the Mets, I mean, we got their best pitchers in Bo Bichette and Juan Soto. Um, Juan Soto were hot, and we got beat by them a lot. And Bryce Elder kind of taking a step back a little bit. Um, I mean, we still have a 6.5 game lead. 19 games over 500, but you got to worry about Money Mike's back. I mean, it just feels a bit like 2024 where we would get a person back and then somebody else would go down. So it's not exactly the greatness now. Martin Perez and Chris Sale are like the only starters like you feel like you can trust. Uh, yeah, I mean another outfielder too, maybe uh, Joe Adele, Sonny Gray, Reed Detmers maybe, but those are gonna be expensive pieces. But we definitely need it, and there's no doubt about that. Um, but it just feels like any anything and everything's gone wrong lately, whether it be with the weather, starting games, not Grant Holmes, finding that brick wall in about the fourth inning where he's fine otherwise. Uh, Ronaldo Lopez wanting to be back in the rotation, but probably shouldn't be. Didier Fuentes being amazing out of the bullpen, so you kind of don't want to mess up that, but that could be an option. I mean, Hurston Waldrop is working back, so that's nice. But again, I think the house on Kim of it all, you might have writing on the wall a little bit with Matt playing in right field. That would never think to be the case there, but yeah. Um, so it's kind of just bleh right now. Two against the lost two against the White Sox, got one postponed. Lost two against the Giants, got one postponed. Probably should have played a straight doubleheader yesterday, but that weather issue was bad for the MLB umpires and the Brave grounds crew. So it's kind of going all over the place. And obviously, the Phillies are playing better. They got their pitching figured out and things of that nature. So you kind of hate it, but you understood that they would make a run and we would have a rut. And unfortunately, it's because of injuries. But it's funny to me. Everybody's like trade Acuna, because of the injuries, and maybe not. It's not because, but this bad stretch is right when Acuna went on the injured list again with the hamstring. So regardless of anything, it matters. Acuna matters. His presence matters because it just lengthens the lineup. It allows you to use Mauricio Dubon's versatility much better, and it just feels like every piece is out of its place right now, and it's kind of brutal. It is an only 1-7 stretch, but yeah, it just started pouring at my house all of a sudden, and I guess it's because Storm Arthur, so I will say that. There's been a lot of weird weather, that's for sure, but it's always pop-up storms in the summer, and that stinks because you can't do anything about it, and now the Brave schedule is kind of out of whack, too. We only have 2 off days in August. Thankfully, our team will probably be much different because the trade deadline is August 3rd. And there's a lot of teams already that you can probably see the Red Sox, Angels. They might do some early trades and you might see it earlier. But again, with the American League down for the most part, you might not have as many sellers because things are closer in that regard. But I think everything's out in flux, and I think maybe we'll see a younger kid come up. Maybe not J.R. Ritchie, but you got Owen Murphy, Garrett Bannerman, Ballman. Excuse me. You got some younger guys that may be getting a shot because we have no other choice in the matter, kind of at this point. And I think it's kind of weird. We thought the starting rotation injuries would be an issue because they kept piling up in spring. We were able to withstand that, but now it's starting to rear its ugly head. Like I said, the only person that we can rely on, Martin Perez and Chris Sale, to give us solid starts. And that's not exactly what you want. That feels like where we are. The Mets are winning 2-1 against the Phillies right now, so that's positive. But there's been so many injuries across the league, not just the Braves, but it feels like the last 4 years or so, the Braves have had to deal with a lot more crushing injuries, so to speak, than normal, and that's unfortunate. I mean, we're gonna have to piece it together. We'll figure it out, and I guess the silver lining is the 3-headed monster of the bullpen. Lee, Suarez, and Iglesias haven't been used a lot lately, so we can hopefully unleash them. Obviously, we face Mizorowski tomorrow, so that could be a very rough ride and maybe a perfect game the way he's been pitching. Hopefully not, but I mean, baseball's weird like that, but I just hope that our offensive swing decisions get better. Like I said, the 3-0 counts and the 3-1 counts, the 3-2 counts, those should be good for the offense, but it really hasn't lately, and that's been the most annoying trend for me this last week. And hopefully that changes. But I mean, the Yankees are doing solid without Aaron Judge for the most part so far, but their pitching is intact and getting better. So there's a correlation. You need pitching. You never can have enough, and we knew that coming in with all the injuries we were dealing with anyway. Schwellenbach, Waldrop, AJ Smith-Shaver, Strider now. So, I mean, I think the hits keep on coming, but the reality is reality. We're 19 games over 500 and 6.5 games up. And that is the good thing. We just kind of weather this storm, so to speak, because Matt still crushing it. Money Mike's still crushing it when he's in there. Hopefully that balky back just calms down. It would be nice to kind of figure out the catching position. I know Drake Baldwin's back, but just to kind of have more pop in that way. But there's just a lot. I mean, yeah, outfield's kind of in flux now. But I mean, we're also hitting balls hard and not getting the results you'd think we should. So it's just a crappy combo. And is it that simple? I don't know, but just watching it, I mean, we're not fun right now to watch. But again, the standings are what the standings are, and thank goodness we started that well. It just started really storming here, so I'm going to cut this one short. As always, go Braves, champions forever. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, helps out a lot. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.